Okay, and we're back. New Mutator here, joined once again by Giant Killer General and Myrk from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And we're going to be looking at Game 3 of the match, the Grand Finals match between the Agents and TMNT. This is the Dark Canyon Dark, and it's Captures. So what's up, you guys? What can you tell me about this game, this particular game, coming into it?
Okay, all I have to say is, we're South, we win, GG.
Yeah, unfortunately this is a really shitty pick where the South has a massive start advantage because they get the middle ball first by a mile. So that means they get the ball advantage, which means they can just camp on their ball advantage all game. We had a contingency plan in case we had the North start of, you know, if you're gonna get the North start, you have to do a jugger. You have to jugger a flank and go all or nothing. You just hope that you can get up on their side and surprise them, and hope. The only way you can have a shot at winning if you have the North start on this is by getting on their side of the map, and the only way you're gonna do that is in the beginning with a massive jugger to one side.
Another thing too is the spiders, when they try to dribble the balls, they're just absolutely fucking retarded. Like, they'll walk right through the ball and they'll then start pushing it the other way, and you have to like constantly micro the spider to get them to actually move the ball.
So what do you think of Captures as a, just a game type choice in general?
95% of the time it's shit, basically.
I agree. I'd say like in 100 and like almost 100% of team games it's shit. It can be fun in free-for-all situations, but this is, obviously a two-team game. It sucks.
There are some examples where it's okay, and I think the kind of the examples I would give is kind of any map where you can't just dribble all the balls, or where dribbling all the balls to one side into one spot holds no advantage for you. So that there's multiple different strategies you can do. You can decide to stick the balls and keep them spread out to play it more like a mobile territories game, or you can try and put them in one spot if you want. But it's not like that's something you have to do. And there certainly shouldn't be a start advantage for ball. Certainly no ability to camp with a ball advantage, etc. Stuff like that. And unfortunately, in 95% of Captures games, on Captures maps, it's gonna be like that. So it's shit. So
I can't think of any map offhand that is actually good for Captures.
So you think flag game types are clearly superior in general?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why people play them way more too. So.
And I get for me, I think I would prefer to just
ball captured,
fight, instead of dribbling balls everywhere.
Captured.
I don't know. That's just my personal preference, but anyway.
You would like that, but on a map like this, you can't just fight. You can't just have like a gentleman's agreement, like, oh, let's find the open area in the middle to meet up and fight. There is no like open area flat in the middle. It's all cliffs everywhere. So
yeah, cliffs with soulless and dwarven heroes. A lot of the times you just can't push at all, no matter what.
Captured.
So it takes a lot of maneuvering to be able to even fight.
Captured.
So I was surprised. I really expected them to do a jugger to a flank. I would have expected them to know that, and they do end up doing a quick spider flank to our east with a lot of their spiders, if not all of them, to try and sneak ninja one of our balls away, and it's really close. They do come pretty close to getting it. Kind of half because we fuck up a little bit, but
if you want to look at the east flank actually right now, just look at how stupid this spider is. Right now it's inside the ball. And it's pushing it the other way.
That.
Ball contested.
And that could have actually cost us the game right there.
But Eastwind's
like right now they could almost get it. There's a dwarf and some stuff protecting it, but and right now they're trying to dribble that.
I feel if they had just done a jugger east flank,
really
they probably would have had it, possibly. Because we kind of did a shitty job in getting to the east flank as quickly as we should have.
I remember just watching this and just fucking yelling at my screen. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why'd you throw that?
Ball.
Bottle, so
he's trying to dodge the damn bottles.
Yeah. At least now we have it secure, but it's secure in kind of a bad area. Like, they can still actually get it if they maneuver correctly.
You're talking about east.
The east ball, yeah, it's the only one that's actually up for grabs right now. Like, the west, we technically still haven't gotten, but there's nothing even remotely near it for them.
Yeah, they lost pretty much all their spiders to Eastwind's dwarf.
We've got all our trout coming to protect it. They're sending a lot of stuff as well.
But at this point, I mean, there's an odd number of balls, and clearly the advantage
Ball
goes to the
contested.
south start. Like, you were able to reach that pretty quickly.
It would have just been GG right there if the spider AI wasn't so
Captured.
incredibly stupid when it
Now,
comes
now
to
right
dribbling
here,
balls.
right here, Sam, in my opinion, had an opportunity to push for that ball a little bit better than he could have, because he's got Solus back up right now. Had I tried to match him with my Tro, his souls would have got a bunch of damage, and he ends up being pretty passive. He backs off right now. I mean, right now he kind of has to, but he had a window of opportunity there, and it was probably going to be the only opportunity he had to try and get that ball. Because otherwise, as soon as we secure our balls,
Ball
they're fucked.
captured.
I mean, so
We've got a
Ball
fetch by it
contested.
now, and there's no dodging a fetch shot with the
Yeah.
spider.
yeah, they're fucked at this
We're
point.
trying to ninja
but-
that ball, but no go. But yeah, now we've got it
Contested.
secure. There's no way those Solus and that one spider are going to get it. We'd have to go AFK. Now, for some reason, Eastwind is trying to give them a chance by dwarfing his own stuff.
yeah, I didn't see that before. I'm screaming at Rat right now to get to the east because I was like waiting for what felt like an eternity for him to come east. Like, seriously, if agents had just done a much better coordinated push, known what they needed to do to just jugger a flank and get onto our side and just be all or nothing mentality, they might have. This might have been a much more interesting game, and they might have won it. Because we honestly, we were kind of sloppy on this one too. But
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Arsenic is doing a pretty good job with the Solus.
oh, ours is doing great. Absolutely, ours was always right where he should have been the whole time. Rat took a little bit too long to get over here, I would say.
I was trying to send my fetch over there for quite a while. It's just that I would have to go so far around, it took me forever. So I just ended up just sitting middle.
Yeah, and ultimately
after
we don't
this- right
we
after
don't
we
really
secured
need
the ball.
fetch to like defend a high hill advantage anyway. But
True that. We ended up being fine. I was just yelling at my fetch like when I was playing this match. Move faster, you bitches.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
seems
and-
like I was gonna
Go
say
ahead.
there's literally nothing in the west.
yeah,
It's just empty space, expanse.
Dak is sitting over there with his dwarfs, just looking over the cliff into the yonder.
You know what? My units aren't there. He can't kill them, so that's awesome for us.
Dak bitched at me pretty hard for giving him like really shitty rolls all match, but only part of that's my fault. Most of it, I would say, is the map picks.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
agents are gonna back off here, and I'm not really sure what their plan's gonna be.
We've got all the balls on Mount Everest right now, and we're trying to micro them up so they'll be uncontestable by anything but Solus and spiders, because they're at a big spider deficit right now.
Yeah, it's over at this point. We already secured the balls. They should have realized that they needed to do something before we were, not give us the opportunity to just secure the balls and secure all our cliffs and our whole.
And
map.
Paris just lost a fetch to Asmodean's dwarf on high ground.
Nice, yeah, I see that.
Not like it really matters, but yeah, nice for
Right.
Asmo.
Yeah, and so the rest of this game kind of goes out as a giant stalemate, and they do a little
5
lame
minutes
attempted push at
remaining.
the end, which is just a suicide push for shits and giggles, basically.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of like that Agent at least tries. They
Yeah,
do
they
the
at
big
least tried.
suicide pushes. Like
True.
that game on Shuffle where I had that one dwarf on the wall and they just ran into it. I haven't jacked off to that film yet, but I'm going to.
And you complained about me giving you that role that game
Yeah,
too. I just want
always
to point out.
complain about getting dwarves. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here doing nothing and not gonna be able to kill anything.
I told you, I was like, you know, a dwarf on a tower. If we get the ball advantage, it's gonna be fun. I'm just telling you.
It was fun. I'll give you that.
So Osmodian's gonna lose. Looks like a couple of berserks on their side of the map. The agents.
Yeah, he's just trying to scout and things. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Just a couple zerks, whatever.
But yeah, you're right. The name of this map is the Great Divide, and you can really see the difficulty with scaling those mountains, basically those cliffs, right? And trying to get to the other side of the map. You're at a huge disadvantage on the low ground. And
This
it's,
It's
can be very good, but it needs to be like the right game type and the right mesh.
yeah, I completely agree.
Flag rally, maybe. That's like it's hard to think of a map that's bad for flag rally.
Yeah, ultimately this is very campy terrain for each side, but it is a big map though. That's the good thing, so that you can kind of jugger your way to up a side and have some good fights. Or get a game type where you can't. It's just that doesn't promote the camping kind of that you have here. You know, it needs a really get the right game type.
Yeah, I was excited for King of the Map. I was a little bit disappointed that it wasn't utilized more than it was.
Yeah, we got to play the only King of the Map game, I believe, in the entire tournament, which was
against TMNT.
It was fun, but unfortunately, they kept it at 16 minutes, which is way too long for King of the Map to even the game type to ever be a factor anyway. Especially on a map that was very BC heavy anyway. You're just gonna line up and fight on that map to begin with. But
yeah, we'll see. I think Osmodian is running like a post MWC tournament once again, and I think King of the Map is going to factor in at maybe like a 10 minute time limit.
Yeah, they really, like I said, hey, I came up with the idea for that game type, and Punk User, God bless his soul, actually built it, and that is a great game type. It's right up there with Flag Rally. Flag Rally to me is the best game type, and King of the Map now is another great one.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting because no one has really had time to figure it out yet.
Yeah, definitely. There's
like playing Hoth with a billion flags. I really want to play around Empire playing the map.
Oh man,
that would be nuts.
I think I've tried playing that, and it's not easy.
So now they're gonna do their little suicide rush, and we're gonna pad our ratios.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, it looks like Paris is gonna sort of break in here, but Osmo has some melee to clean that up. And those Tro get taken out, one right after the other.
Yeah.
One.
I sent my folks into the meat grinder just to ensure they weren't able to do anything, and GKG did some good trying.
Not that was very hard in that position.
It's not hard, no. Like, it's rushing uphill against soulless and dwarf heroes. How can you win that?
Yeah, I gotta say.
I guess against some teams you could, but neither of us are that bad that we're gonna lose in those circumstances.
Nice shot there by Eastwind.
30 seconds.
Kryptos is soulless.
Yeah, Kryptos, I mean, you can see he didn't drop any of his satchels, right? Which, on a map with Tro, is probably a good idea, but, like, when you're running up against Fetch, it can bite you in the butt, which it did. You know, he lost 2 of his dwarves.
It didn't matter, though, ultimately. Yep. I mean, this is all just a play out at this point. I'm trying to chase down... I just missed it.
Across the map. Sorry, go ahead.
I just, you know, Kruniak, I think it was Kruniak, had a Zerk pack, and he was desperately trying to run away from my Tro to help make sure it didn't hurt his ratios, but I ended up getting him anyway.
That's
Tag,
something
you're
I
it.
would do.
Yeah, so that wasn't very close, but once again, probably the terrain, right? Like the played a significant role with that.
So let's all make fun of Rat King for going negative in the ratios.
Wait. No, not Rat King. Rat King's got 24
Oh,
damage.
wait. Yeah, 3 to 8 and kills and losses. I'm just being a
Oh,
dick.
well, yeah. Just being a dick, yeah.
Well, who would you make fun of then? If not King.
I'd make fun of whoever picked this piece of shit, really. I think that was Limp, actually, and he's on their team, so serves him right.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
What the hell did he do? He had nothing for kills and damage and 7 losses. Interesting.
The agents have the tournament organizer and the person that picked all the maps on their team, so you'd think they'd have it sewed up.
It's karma,
Right.
man. It's karma. Pick good maps, or this will happen to you.
Karma's not playing this year. In this All right, so TMNT puts one game up on the board, so it's 2-1 in the favor of agents at this point in time, coming into game 4, which I guess we're gonna hop into in just a moment. So stick around and we'll see you then.